keynote speech will be by Mr. Suhas Prabhu, and I take the pleasure to introduce Mr. Suhas Prabhu, the founder and CEO of Exlovate Ventures Private Limited, a Manipal-based startup and SME accelerator, and professor of practice, entrepreneurial excellence at Mahe, with 32 years of executive experience across technology, construction, oil and gas, and investment advisory sectors. He has led strategic transformations spanning India, Middle East, Africa, Europe, and South Asia. As a certified business coach and NLP practitioner, he specializes in accelerating SME and startup growth, from developing investor pitches to facilitating angel VC connections and enabling successful fundraising to IPO level. Now, with huge, big round of applause, let's invite Mr. Suhas Prabhu for the presentation. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the previous speakers who spoke before me, 4 of them. I thank Harish Bijur, sir, for having spoken about brands, how you can focus on markets, market research, consumer behavior, etc. And he brought in some kind of energy here, right? I thank Preeti Pai, psychologist Preeti Pai, for having brought in a psychological aura here, how you can build up on stress, etc. And also I thank Vignesh, CA Vignesh, for having told SMEs how to actually grow by, the various government schemes, etc. And of course, I actually thank Siddharthi, because the way he has ordered the keynote addresses is so beautiful. Because I'm going to leave you today with something which is achievable but an aggressive vision. That's how to go from SME to IPO. Distinguished entrepreneurs, future market leaders. What if I told you the difference between running a 20 crore SME and ringing the bell at the BSE isn't just about size? It's about adopting a business winner playbook. Let me share the tale of 2 entrepreneurs that will change how you think about scaling forever. 2 years ago, I met 2 business owners in Sangli, Maharashtra. Both had 20 crore rupee revenue companies. Both companies were 15 years old. Both served similar markets. Entrepreneur A said to me, "I've built a good business. My family is comfortable. I employ 200 people. I'm successful." Entrepreneur B said to me, "I built a good business." Entrepreneur B said to me, "I built a launch pad. In 5 years, I want to go IPO. In 10 years, I want to be a category leader competing globally. My 200 employees will become 2,000. Today, Entrepreneur A still heads a 25 crore business, decently profitable. Entrepreneur B, revenue rupees 180 crores, highly profitable, expanding into 3 countries, and actively preparing for an IPO. The difference wasn't their businesses. It was their definition of winning. Because in the Vikasit Bharat economy, we may need more SMEs, but we need more business winners who think IPO from day one. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the most opportune times for Indian enterprises to scale and go public. Rewind. When Narayana Murthy started Infosys in 1981 with 10,000 rupees in his pockets, India's GDP was $186 billion. Today, as we march towards Vikasit Bharat 2047, our GDP is 4.19 trillion and climbing towards $10 trillion. This isn't just economic growth. It's a complete transformation of how Indian SMEs like you can scale to IPO levels. It's a revolution. Now, let me explain to you how and what and how is this possible. One, we have 600 million people under 25, that's consumer base larger than Europe. Hungry for innovation, ready to pay premiums for quality. This demographic dividend can fuel SME growth to IPO scales faster than any previous generation. Believe me, this is unequaled market depth. Two, a precision manufacturing SME in Mangaluru or Kochi can now serve global clients with the same ease a Mumbai-based company can do. The digital infrastructure of India has created IPO-ready scalability opportunities that never existed even 5 years back. This is simply a digital equalizer. 3. India is now witnessing the largest domestic capital creation in history. It's sheerly a capital explosion. From angel networks to sovereign wealth funds, smart money is actively seeking well-run SMEs with IPO potential. Believe me, it's true. The question isn't it that whether funding is available. It's whether you are investment ready. Here's what separates the future IPO companies from the rest. They simply follow the business winner playbook from day one. So now what's the business winner playbook? The business winner playbook sits on 5 golden pillars. I just want you to take these 5 golden pillars away today from you. Pillar number 1, vision architecture, IPO ready thinking. What is this? SMEs think in financial years. We need a CA. We need to file ITRs. We need to do all the things that the year asks for, right? IPO companies think in decades. They think 10 years later, 20 years later. Let's take a case study. A Tirupur-based textile manufacturer I knew, he changed his positioning of his company from making garments to creating India's most sustainable fashionable supply chain by 2030. Today, his margins have increased 60%. He's attracting institutional investors for his sustainable play. What's the IPO connection here? Public market investors are drawn to compelling future market stories, not what you're doing today. Pillar number 2, an obsession for excellence, a global benchmark standard. Average SMEs aim for the local best. IPO-ready global SMEs aim for the global best. Believe me, 80% of SMEs compete only locally. They don't compete globally. They don't even go beyond the Gulf to Dubai or the Gulf area to market, which is so easy to do. Let's take a case study here. A 5 crore rupee precision manufacturing company in Pune, I consulted a couple of years back, improved its quality rate from 95% to 99.8%. Now, this 4.8% gap of improvement was not quality. It was the difference between a local supplier and an IPO worth global partner. What's the IPO connection here? The IPO connection was excellence is not optional. It's not optional. It's a ticket to public markets. So if you have excellence, you're ready for an IPO. Pillar number 3, people magnetism, my favorite subject. So you have to build an IPO-ready leadership. SMEs like us hire managers. IPO companies hire leadership magnets. Family businesses should focus on hiring leadership beyond family members. The case study. A Bangalore-based fintech company that myself and my partner, Dr. Yogesh, met. He built his company based on a domain-agnostic A team. When I say A team, it's a leadership team. Instead of experienced banking professionals. You have a fintech company, you think you need banking professionals? No. You need domain agnostic leaders. What's happening now? They're signing multi-million-dollar contracts with large banks, and investors are seeing their management depth and agile decision-making in investing in them. What's the IPO connection? Your A team speaks volumes about your company, period. Pillar number 4, innovation velocity. 2 or 3 of my speakers before me spoke of innovation, innovation, innovation. Innovation is the mantra. 20 years hence, 20 years before, 10 years before, even 10 years before, continuous improvement was a mantra. You have to improve on a daily basis, you have to do this, operational efficiency, etc. Today you have to innovate. In public markets, innovation velocity separates market leaders from followers. Continuous innovation runs over operational efficiency. Let's take a case study. A food processing company in Dubai was losing market share. In a turnaround, what did they do? They launched 12 products in 12 months. They targeted micro segments ignored by competition. Just a couple of months back, we were meeting a gentleman in Bangalore who is, I believe, consulting this ice cream brand called Hangyo. And he said, I launch a category every month. Hangyo has ice cream every month. A new ice cream every month. And he actually brought, right, Anand? He actually brought a new thing. He said some chiku flavor ice cream. And he says, this is the way I innovate. So this is going to be the next generation SMEs. And what happened to this company which was doing this, which launched 12 products in 12 months? The revenue grew 140% in 18 months. They're now preparing for IPO with a diversified portfolio in markets. And they're exciting pre-IPO investors. Investors want to invest in their growth so that they become an IPO in 3 years' time, 2 years' time. The IPO connection here is simple. You either innovate or you perish. I'm not scaring anyone here. The speed at which Vikasit Bharat is going, if you don't innovate, you will just become another pawn shop. So either you innovate at a decent pace and remain there, or you become an IPO. This public markets innovation formula, which I want all you to take together with you. 70% of any excellence is execution excellence. 20% is continuous improvement, and 10% is breakthrough innovation. So the people who do this 10% will become the IPOs of tomorrow. The last of the 5 pillars is market domination mindset. Building an IPO-worthy positioning. This is where SMEs lose their IPO dreams. They think of market share. 2 to 3% market share is enough and be profitable. An IPO-ready company believes in creating their own brand, own category, and owning it. I own this category. I created this category. I owned it. A case study. A $2 million revenue company, B2B software company in Pune. Instead of competing with 50 vendors for scraps, they chose and dominated an underserved niche in this segment. What happened? His revenue jumped from $2 million to $6 million, 3 times, in just 2 years. He's a category leader now. Nobody's doing what he's doing. He's at advanced stage of IPO preparation. The IPO connection, you need to be in the top 3 or 5 of your segment to justify your IPO preparedness. You're there, you're prepared for IPO. Let me leave you with few guidelines. If anybody wants to sit today as an SME and he wants to become an IPO in 3 years, I'll just give you a few guidelines what you could do in year 1, year 2, and year 3. Simple takeaways. Year 1, build the foundation for scale. So implement IPO-grade financial systems and governance structures. CA Vignesh Pai for you. Build a professional management team beyond family members. Achieve 1 significant market expansion or product diversification. Just 1. Simple. Anything, any brand you have. Year 2, No, you have the foundation, right? Focus on growth acceleration. Raise institutional funding, either Series A or Series B, whichever, wherever you are. Build strategic partnerships. Your partnerships are worth platinum and accelerate growth. Scale to 5+ markets, establish category leadership. So you should be a leader in your category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, max. Not beyond 5. You're not IPO ready otherwise. Year 3, you've done year 1, set the foundations. Year 2, growth acceleration. Year 3, sit again with CA Vignesh Bhai. Kickstart IPO preparations. Get your books ready. Achieve consistent 30% annual growth rate. Complete full governance transformation, public market readiness. There are enough consultants out there. Build investor relations, capabilities, and market presence. And try to target 100 crore plus revenue, run rate, and IPO filing. And that could be futures growth or current growth. That's the problem. Because an IPO doesn't require 100 crore plus company, first of all. Now, it's reflection time. The Viksit Bharat IPO timelines for SMEs. By 2030, India will have at least 1,000 plus IPO ready companies. Believe me, at the speed at which we are going, it is a fact it is going to be possible. So what is needed? Building an IPO worthy enterprise from day one, standing on these 5 pillars I've given you. So are you ready to be a business winner who rings the bell at the BSE? You have to decide. Thank you. If any of you need any help in hand-holding you from today's story to an IPO, call me up. I'll be ready to help you. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for listening.
Abram Jewellers, which is our yearly sponsor. And we have here Mr. Subhash Kamath to honor Mr. Suhas Kamath.